Hey y'all, welcome to the channel that brings you multi-dimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expanded point of view and that they're not for a specific time but should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. So today I'm going to do an indigo reading. And literally like an indigo reading type of thing, right? Not really a transmission, not really like an activation, but more of a reading. Like, I'm not really gonna talk about indigo that much, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because this indigo aspect, or whether it's a entity or spirit to you guys, what does the indigo help you do? Everything. Everything. Indigo knows how to build from scratch. It can have a previous model, or it doesn't have to have a previous model. But it knows how to make something out of nothing. Not a lot of indigos, all indigos don't do dogma. Indigos don't do restriction. So you won't find indigos like in a certain sect, for instance, a Catholic, like, type of thing. Not because there's anything wrong, but because it's one sect, it's one way of life, and indigos don't live like that. They don't live by a set of rules. They don't. Indigos live by the laws of the galaxy, by the laws of nature, by the laws of the universe. These are the laws that govern the indigo. The laws of man, I'm sorry to say, mean absolutely nothing other than guidance. And what I mean by guidance is like a lot of things that are the law of man, I mean, we all agreed upon for a reason, right? We didn't want to like be like we were in our Neanderthal days where we're just beating each other with rocks if we disagree. So we started saying things like murder was wrong and blah 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 was wrong, right? And we realized what causes the murder amongst the men mostly. It's because someone took someone's woman or food or whatever, right? I'm talking Neanderthal days, I'm not talking now. And then so we took away looking at another person's woman, like, listen, don't do, because we know where this is going. It's going to someone picking up a rock and to what we now call murder. So, yes, it's not that the indigo looks down on the laws of man. No, it's that the indigo has transcended the laws of man. But the laws of man are there also because the humans which the laws are made for are literally humans that have to be told, like, don't do this. Don't do this. It's not going to be good for us as a society, as a people, as a community. Suyenza lento. But there's people like indigos who don't have to be told what's wrong and what's right. Because wrong and right, guys, doesn't have to be a list of things. It's in your DNA. No one has to tell you what's wrong or what's right. And that's why a lot of what people are saying is wrong and right now, it's just your preferences and it means nothing to you guys even. Let's not even go to other people. It means nothing to y'all even. Maybe even you guys have transcended your laws. It's possible, right? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So what you'll find is that the indigo will collect like information or wisdom from the Catholic sect, from the Jewish sect, from the Islamic sect, from the from various beings, from various entities, from various cultures, from various forms of life. That's what the indigo does. The indigo draws from all intelligence, from all forms of life. The indigo draws from the all. And this is why they're so hard to pinpoint. This is why it's so hard to pinpoint that this person is an indigo. This other time, I did a video about the indigo and someone said that their indigo was living next door to them or something like that, and like I don't know what they said. It was a whole love situation, and like I'm not talking about anyone's news. It's in the comments. So like I'm there like, oh yeah, right. So I talk about indigo and you just go point one out tomorrow. Oh, it was the Nzunza and the indigo reading. Are indigo idula next door, kongonwai or something like that. It's not that indigo cannot live next door, kongonwao. That's not what it was. It was that this person is so hard to spot. I'm saying basically how I knew this person was an indigo babe. And okay, wait, so this person later comes on and says that, no, they made a mistake. This person is not an indigo and they were trying to fool them or whatever, whatever. But I remember I laughed, too. I laughed, Shep. The entities I speak here are very high frequency entities. I understand naturally that you want to be like, oh, I saw one, my next one, my entire complex is the indigo complex. Like, boo, please. But I get it. This is a very rare individual. Oh, this is not a rare individual. This is an individual who's hard to spot. Are they rare? Yes, I suppose. Maybe there's like 12 every country. Maybe 12 per country. 13 if you're into numerology. Yeah, this was not supposed to be like this. Okay, cool. Yeah, what else do I have to say? I think that's it. That's it really. When we talk about this aspect or this entity, however you see it, this template, however you want to see it, we do not, it doesn't like to be identified, so to speak, because that restricts. So yeah, that's why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get into reading. So if you identify with the indigo template aspect, whatever it is, this that I be explaining, what you feel, what awakens inside of you when I be talking about the indigo. Some of you are just like, I don't even know what this is. It's like, yo, nah. It's like these like technologically advanced people. How are they technologically advanced, right? Because you might be asking, are they cyborgs? Are they robots? No, fam. But you could swear they are. Sometimes indigos, it's like they lack emotion. Sometimes it's like they're indifferent to like so many things, and yet when you see one of them go through an actual emotion, yes, it's as if they feel more than anybody on the earth. Like the depth of their ability to feel is so intense, and that's why they come across as so indifferent. They don't attach themselves to everything and anything because they know how deeply they can feel. They know that they feel the world, the universe, the community, everything on levels that people could never. So they don't attach themselves to everything because obviously, what the hell? It just wouldn't make sense. You would get drained. Like, because when an indigo goes through feeling emotions, they're actually transmuting. They don't feel emotions just for the joy of like, oh yeah, it's emotions. No, their feeling of an emotion is literally transmutation. So yeah, it would be draining for them to always react to everything around them. That's why they do not do that. Okay. I'm setting up. So yes, if you identify with these type of people, even from me just saying indigo, or like when I do try and explain or get into some kind of definition about this type of person, about this aspect of you, if you resonate with this aspect of yourself, yo, this is a reading for you. And I know we're 9 minutes in, it's so good. Okay, so if you're riding with the indigo, here's your reading. A lot of you feel like you're new to this. Like I say indigo, or I talk about this like aspect, or you watch the other videos about this and you feel like you're new to this. You feel like this is completely new information and like, oh my god, what is she talking about? And you're not. At the same time, you can feel that you're not new to this concept. You're not new to this idea of this child who is not a child, who is a full adult. It's just that, yeah, it's because they describe it as the indigo child, and I understand why. It's because of the innocence of the indigo. It's because of the authenticity. It's because of the purity. That always gets symbolized by a child. And a lot of you who have awakened this indigo aspect within you, you identify as a child, even though you don't tell people, but there's a big part of you that identifies as a child. And like there's a big aspect of you, like even if you're in a relationship, as much as your person is like, you know, your partner and whatever, but your person is also like very much like a benefactor. They very much like I don't want to say a caretaker, but they are. They're like a caretaker of you because of the energy that you are. And like, this is nothing to be ashamed of, because those people are also programmed in order to take care of something like you. Like, as much as you are programmed to be how you are, and like, look, I'm not talking about adults that are childish, bro, that can't take care of themselves or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But I don't know why. When you're still trying to figure things out and you don't know what's what, this is what I would call a handler. And indigo gets something called a handler. And I'm not talking about like Illuminati, guys. I'm talking like spiritual lineage type of thing. You think a whole group of ascended masters is gonna send you to Earth without a fucking bodyguard or someone to take care of you or something? Come on, be serious, bro. You think you're gonna carry codes and genes and DNA like the shit you carry, and then there's no one to look out for you? They're gonna just send you out there by yourself? Like, no, bro. Especially because you go through a period where you can't remember anything. This is the point of the reading where I say, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because I've really just gone into thingy there. But you know what? I'm gonna take it easy this time, and I'm just gonna allow this to resonate with you as it does. If the shoe fits, nah. Goga. So yes, there is this feeling, because you are like some kind of Stargate has been activated within you. Some kind of like portal that you have an option to go through, but some of you, no, it's not an option to go through. Something is coming out of the portal. It's this child. It's the indigo. Okay. So the indigo is being born in a lot of you. Okay? It's being activated. It's being awakened. A lot of you are awakening the indigo aspect of you. So maybe maybe that's how we should talk about it. What does the indigo aspect of you do for you? Like, what are the benefits of having this side of you awakened? The indigo is the future. That's one of the most basic things I can say. Indigo is the future. You know, someone once said to me, no, I'm lying. I once saw on someone's Tumblr, it was like, the future is already here. It's just not available for everybody. And the indigos are some of the people to which the future is available to. And at first, this world seems very new to you. It involves a lot of technology. You might be going into you might be interested in like virtual reality or gaming. You might be interested in gaming. You might be in like your late 20s and you suddenly want to start gaming and you're thinking it's like too late or something. Isn't this thing for kids and whatnot? Like, listen, it's not. Go ahead. Like, there are a lot of games that are... Yeah, wow. Yeah. Do your research, jump in. No, not all games are like FIFA and just kicking a ball around, like type of thing. You got games like God of War, where like it's a whole of like applying like knowledge and like mind and surrounding coordination. It's just hectic. And there's a lot of games like that. So yeah, I keep hearing Fortnite. I know a lot of like adults like Fortnite, maybe Fortnite too. I think what's nice about Fortnite is that like it's across the range from kids to adults. But in between that, there's a lot of games. Like I don't game that much, but it is definitely something that like fascinates me. But yeah, maybe you think so. Yeah, these are the type of things maybe you'll be attracted to. Astrology. So you might be finally wanting to look into your natal chart or your birth chart. I will leave the link in the description box to AstroSeek. It's a website where you can figure out your entire birth chart, not just your star sign, okay? Not just, oh, I'm an Aquarius and oh, I'm a Virgo. Like you can actually figure out what your moon sign is in, what your Venus is in, and all them other things. And who knows, maybe I'll do a episode here where I talk about that stuff, okay? So yeah, basically all of this stuff, it's gonna feel like you're getting into new things, but it's not. Like you've always been into this kind of stuff. So National Geographics, I'm getting some of you are gonna be very fascinated by the animal kingdom, and you're gonna draw parallels between the animal kingdom and the human kingdom, and it's gonna explain so much for you. So you might be suddenly getting into National Geographics. Hey Nina, I'm obsessed with the octopus. Like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And the other day, I was watching National Geographics. And so I don't know why, but I had always imagined an octopus to be able to walk on land. And I don't know why. Like, for no, it just didn't make sense. Like, the octopus literally lives at, like, the bottom of the ocean mostly, which is the deepest part of the ocean. So, like, but I always had this, like, imaginary thing or, like, a vision type of thing of, like, an octopus when the, like, on a full moon or something, just going right out of the ocean onto the beach and walking on land, right? Type of thing. You guys, do I not see this thing on BBC where apparently there's a type of octopus that, like, can go on land? I'm gonna leave the link to that too, because, like, you know, while we're talking. So yeah, you see things like this. You're also gonna find that you're suddenly very interested in things like psychology, human behavior, right? How the human builds patterns and therefore later builds themselves, because this is how the human becomes who they are. I know we think that it's a lot of external, you know, whatever, but we're actually building ourselves. So yeah, all that stuff is gonna start to interest you to the point where you realize your ability to understand. And yeah, that's just gonna make you even more interested. Your longing is coming to an end. There's a longing that you have for another world, for another you. That's what it is. You have this longing for another version of yourself, a version of yourself that's more free, a version of yourself that knows how to better express themselves, a version of yourself that knows how to defend themselves, a version of yourself that loves themselves so much that it's safe for them to get into a relationship. A version of you that is sexually expressive and sexually satisfied. A version of yourself that is taken care of and provided for by you, by God, by the universe, fuck, by Jupiter themselves, like whatever. But there's always been this longing inside of you for just a more complete version of yourself, a more connected version of yourself, a version of yourself where ukesahambi, like pagati, you know what I mean? Like akimi ban, where you never forget who you are, a version of yourself that can maintain who you are while constantly changing to become who you are. Do you know what I mean? Oof, look at this understanding, bro. And I'm here to tell you that this version of yourself is more than available. You have connected to it. Not only do you have to daydream about this version of yourself, you don't have to daydream about it anymore. Like, now you can hold this space. You have created this version of yourself in the less dense dimensions. Do you get what I mean? You have completed the dream up, the blueprint, the breath, the word. You've completed that much. The design is complete. And now it's the becoming. And you're not even going to feel the gap, the who I am to who I'm trying to be, because that's not the focal point at this stage of development, like the indigo stage of development. The focal point at this stage of the development is understanding that you and who you are trying to be was never separate. The only thing that ever separated you and who you're trying to be was awareness. You just needed to see yourself. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a reading, all the information is in the description box. I have so much love for you guys, and I appreciate y'all. Later.